So I had been interested in sort of entheogenic or psychedelic journey about 6 years ago when I read this article in the New Yorker about how they were being used with terminally ill patients. And I knew then I would do it at some point. But at the time in the US, most approved processes were, you had to be dying or have severe cancer. And a lot of those clinical trials were closed, and I really wanted a safe container. That was really important to me. And then I'm not sure what happened, but sometime about 6 months ago, maybe somebody sent me a podcast. I don't know how it happened, but I heard about Bufo, and then I was like, okay, this is what I want. This is it. I just knew this was going to be the one, and then it was just a matter of finding the right place to do it. My primary intention was, as it may sound cliche, but truly just to be closer to God. God had always been very important to me, and I wanted to be a vessel for that love, and I felt there were things that were blocking me, and I thought Bufo would help get rid of those blockages so that I could just feel and know and give the love that I felt was God more. So that was my primary intention. And then as you go through the process, I think the process gives you things that maybe you ought to also consider being intentions, and they adds to it things maybe might be like, oh, you see what happens. And then when you're here, of course, the medicine just, it has its, I don't want to say its agenda because that sounds too harsh, but it unfolds for you what you need to have unfolded for you. I tried really hard not to have expectations and just to have intentions. I think the human brain is wired in such a way that it's hard to completely eliminate all expectations, because as I was going through my ceremonies, I would find myself thinking, that's not what I was expecting. And so, but I think all my intentions were met, and I think exceeded, and my experience was everything that I desired and wanted and needed for it to be, and probably even more than that. In my field, we talk about burnout and compassion fatigue, and we're always looking for ways to alleviate that and prevent that. And I think part of me was thinking this would help with that, but I think it's even more than that. Whether we realize it or not, if you're a healthcare worker, you unintentionally absorb things from your patients, and you have to be able to let that go. And I think this was really helpful in letting go of some of the stuff that had been stored up. I think it was really helpful in helping me see how I can heal myself. And I think when we know the truth of who we are and how we can heal ourselves, I think we are better able to serve our patients, help them on their journey to heal themselves and know their truth, and recognize their truth in them. And I think it becomes more of a symbiotic healing journey for both the giver and the patient. For those healthcare workers that might see this video, that might have sounded a little too woo-woo. So I want to also say it just in a way that maybe would speak to whoever is like hearing this video and trying to decide. Like, if you're doing it because you're burnt out and you're tired, it's absolutely going to restore to you what initially made you go into medicine, right? You went into it because you wanted to help people. And if you need to find that space again, I would highly suggest and encourage you to do that, because it will take you there and it will give you more. I think that the coaching was amazing. And it's interesting, the coach that you get aligned with, like initially I was like, I'm not sure about this, but then I had this introductory call and it was great, and then each session just reaffirmed it was a good fit. And I think having a coach here was instrumental. Like, it was, not instrumental is not the word, it was key. Like, there were definitely times when I needed to process, and having a coach here to help process and have a session was essential. I think it helped clarify my intentions a lot and really hone them down. It helped me work through the process while I was here, and then I'm excited to see, how it would, like, already, here I am seeing, my coach is helping me see how this is going to manifest in other ways, what the next steps of my journey will be like and look like. So the space is amazing, and safety is like 110% like on, like I never felt unsafe, ever, ever, ever. I felt completely safe every night. I slept with my doors open and my blinds up. Like I never, you know what I mean? Like was wide open to the nature. I think the venue with the the team picks these amazing places so that you're with nature, and it's very peaceful and very soothing. And there's this energy that's moving about, and I think that the team understands that. I think that they have a sensitivity and experience, that they understand how these processes work. And so, because there was a time when I was like, I'm done, I want to leave. And Luke was so kind, and he's so loving, and he just helped me, like, let's just stay, you know, we don't have another ceremony, let's just stay and work through the process. And that was so true, and it was so right. And the food is amazing, you know, the food is fabulous, and it's a small group, you know, it's, you know, Coach, Lexi, Luke, and then your facilitator, which usually is Bearheart, but could be somebody else, and then the people here and the cooking team. It was just, I think that was probably one of my favorite parts, honestly. Like, now that you asked me that, like, I think that was probably one of my favorite parts. Just the environment and the people and, like, the whole container, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense? Yeah, I think if you're on the fence, if you're watching these videos and you know, there's a part of you that thinks you're supposed to do this, but maybe you're scared, I would say just go ahead and make the call. Go ahead and there's a reason you're watching these videos. There's a reason that you're exploring this path. And just walk through the door. If it's not your time, I think then there'll be something will come up that will stop you. If it's not your time, whether it's a schedule or whether Drew or Daniel are like, no, you don't get an invitation, but at least walk through the door and see what happens. Power. That's a good word.